Hey everyone, it's KeriTV, and have you heard about the new Thanksgiving rules that Gavin Newsom has imposed on us? If you haven't heard, I'm going to break it down here today. If you haven't already, be a good time to hit the like and hit the subscribe so you can hear what's coming up next week. You don't want to miss it. So, interestingly enough, Gavin Newsom put out some, not guidelines, but some rules for us to follow for Thanksgiving this year. So first, no more than 3 households are allowed to be together. So if you don't live with someone, that's considered a separate household. And this also includes the hosts themselves. So they can invite 2 other parties that all live together over. And then when they come over, everybody must maintain 6 feet apart, and they must wear their masks. So if you go inside, actually, you can't go inside. When you go over to this host house, it is mandatory that you have your Thanksgiving dinner outside. Hopefully it'll be one of those warmer Thanksgivings, but probably not. The food can be served in plastic individual containers, and they cannot be communal style. So there won't be any walking up, looking at that big turkey, taking a big bite. So you'll have to keep your mask on, and you can take it off only when you're eating or drinking. Now, you are allowed to go inside if you have a medical emergency, such as needing to use the restroom. Now, there's a couple more rules. One of them being that you are not allowed to sing or chant or have any kind of physical exertion because it increases the respiratory droplets in the air. So you have to keep things at a pretty quiet level. And you can play music, or there can be a musician, but only if it's one of the household members. So it's time to think about this. Who are we going to invite to dinner that can play us music, that lives with enough people so we can see more people? So if you're not a musician and you live alone, you might have a lower chance of getting an invite to this outdoor Thanksgiving dinner. Well, what's interesting is that some people have a pretty big opinion about this, and I was listening to something funny with some of this feedback. So of course, Megyn Kelly called Newsom's idea Thanksgiving insanity, which she tweeted. And then we had comedian veteran Schneider took to Twitter earlier this month and said that Newsom's trying to run California like a monarchy by imposing such stringent rules. "Dear Emperor Gavin Newsom," Schneider wrote, "during our allotted 3 family limits this Thanksgiving, if my aunt comes over, can I throw her a slice of turkey from the window? We promise not to sing. We will all just whisper, 'Please recall Dip Gavin Newsom.'" Adam Carolla, radio personality, responded, "How many of you sheep are going along with Newsom's Thanksgiving protocols?" So we're seeing that these rules are not going over too well with the public. And with no disrespect to what we need to do with social distancing and mask wearing, Governor Newsom seems to have ruffled a few feathers with this Thanksgiving idea. So I'm curious, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Are you going to be adhering to the rules outside? Seems like this Thanksgiving is going to be pretty different. Speaking of the virus, the reason why this has been imposed is because California, we were on a downturn, but turns out just recently that we've had another uptick in COVID cases. So we're now just a little under 900,000 cases total. And in a poll, it shows that about 55% of people are scared of contracting the virus. Anyways, what are you cooking for Thanksgiving dinner? You may change your mind about that now. I wonder how sales will be for turkeys. Well, that's what they're saying we have to do. So I'm curious what your plans are. Comment below some alternative ideas. Do you think Newsom will recall this and change it? We'll have to see, but it's never a better time to be grateful, not just because it's Thanksgiving, but because we should be grateful that we live in America and we're healthy and alive and have all these amazing opportunities. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this wasn't highly opinionated and it was fact-driven because, hey, we gotta support what the rules are, but it may change a lot of people's plans. Thank you for watching, and we'll have another episode for you next week.